Christmas decorating continues today on my channel. Welcome to our dining room, which is the space we're going to be hanging out in today. Finally decorating it for Christmas. Got a few spots we'll be working on. The open shelves, sideboard, and the buffet. And if time allows, we will also do the table. If not, I'll be back in a couple of days to work on that. A few of you may have been here for my video a few weeks ago where I decorated the tree from start to finish, sharing all kinds of tips and tricks along the way. I'll link that video down below in case that's something you're interested in. For the furniture that I'll be keeping in here for the holiday, I have just a few pieces. The sideboard is usually in here. This dining table used to be in our breakfast area, but once we redid the island earlier this year, there was no more room for the table. So I brought it in here, and the table that was in here is now downstairs. And then we have the buffet. And as much as I enjoyed changing out the rugs, I didn't do that in here this year. Kept the faux seagrass. I love that it's very neutral, indoor, outdoor, so easy cleanup. And then I've had the faux hide rug in here for a while. I think it just goes with the look I'm going for in here. It's very calm, very neutral. And then the bench over by the window, as you can see, that has to stay here because Ivy and Charlie love to do a little bit of bird watching from it. I wanted to share our new lighting with you. These really pretty wall sconces are actually operated by a remote. They have rechargeable light bulbs in them, so I can just turn them on and leave them on for, let's see, 1, 2, 4, or 8 hours. I can dim the light. They can go cool light or warm. I've chosen warm, but I just love the size of not only the shades, but just of the entire light. If I wanted to unscrew the bottom and then have the little finial right there, a couple different things you can do with it, but they're just the perfect option for those of us who want the the lighting, but either you don't want to pay for an electrician to come out and hardwire, or you might want to move them around, or they are in a spot where you can't get to any wiring. They're just a really great option, and I'm happy to link them down below for you. Now that we've had a little chat, I'll start decorating. How about we just start up on the shelves and work our way down? I'll be bringing in, once again, go-to pitchers. Good old plates that I love to either display or use as a riser, if I stack them. Of course, I've got some glass, and I really like using glass on the shelves in here because visually it still allows you to see through to the wall murals. And then I have a couple different houses. These are from Target Dollar Spot. These are from Hobby Lobby. I had these out for fall, but I think they might work in here. And then the Nativity. And if you hung out with me while I decorated the tree, I mentioned that that's the theme for the room in here. It's going to be very minimalistic, not a lot going on, hopefully just very clean and calm. All right, so this is very minimalistic, maybe even a little boring, but I love symmetry and I have to have that balance. So I have my pictures diagonally across from each other. I love the diagonal method. Then I have my glassware across from each other. You can see why I like glass because again, it doesn't really obstruct your view of the mural. Then I have the houses in the middle. I took this house away. I don't know, I just don't think it's working. I may try to do one by each picture, or just take them away altogether. So I pretty much did the same thing over on these shelves that I did to the other set. However, where I have the nativity up here, I placed it up there because I have it down here on this side. So that's just my little way of mixing in a little bit of asymmetry, even though they're very symmetrical. It just kind of tricks my brain a little bit. Sideboard. First thing I'm going to do is cover up the mirror a little bit with this beautiful print. This print was actually the inspiration for how I wanted to decorate this room for the holidays. A recent find, and I knew when I saw it exactly where it was going to go. But I love how it ties in with the murals. And when I shared my Christmas tree decorating video, this is when I showed you the print for the first time and explained how I wanted to emulate the colors and the look in the print on the Christmas tree. And hopefully I accomplished that and they tie in nicely together. Again, because I'm going with that calmer look in here, I'm not going to add a whole lot else to the sideboard. I have a couple of these trees. The green ones are from Hobby Lobby, and when you purchase them, they are solid green. A couple of years ago, I just added a little bit of white paint to the tips along with glitter just to give them a snowier look. And then I have a couple of these glitter covered trees. And then bringing in an everyday piece. I love soup tureens, and I think it's just going to go right in the middle. So I did come across one piece of garland that is blocked. So I'm just going to try to tuck this in a little bit. I have my taller print in the middle, which is why I kept the tall lamps here. I think it balances fairly well. Then I added the soup tureen for a little bit of everyday wear and alternated these trees. I like that they're at staggered heights and how the green ones with the white tips tie in with those in the print. I feel like it just kind of extends the scene a little bit. And then I've got my snowy garland on the bottom, kind of continuing the snow that's in the print as well. I need to add some lights. I might add some candles, so something tells me this isn't quite done. Coming on over to this side, have the buffet to decorate. Used to have a wall shelf right here instead of the mirror, but earlier this summer when I painted the retreat, the green back to white, and I painted the wall canvas tan. Used to be Manchester tan, then I painted it white, then I missed the color, so I went with canvas tan this time. I decided not to put the wall shelf back up and instead added this little mirror. And I know it's nowhere near the size of that one. I like how they balance each other, maybe if only a little bit, and I like how it bounces the light around the room. Now, as far as decorating, speaking of tying in, I do want to add a couple of similar elements that I added to the sideboard, so let me show you what I have. While I don't have another church print, I do have a church that is also from Kirkland's, and oddly enough, I feel like it ties in with the one in the print. And I've got a couple more trees that match those that I added on the sideboard. I don't have any more white ones, so we're just gonna have to make this work. And instead of adding lamps over here, I'm just going to place a pencil branch flock tree to each end. Then I'll place the church right in the middle, along with the green trees, just kind of mimicking the look on the other side. And while I mentioned I don't have any more white trees, I do have white candles that are almost the same height as those trees. So maybe this will work. And then we'll finish it off with the other half of the garland that I added to the sideboard. Well, my friends, how about we finish up next time? I'll do the tablescape, bring in some chairs, maybe toss some pillows over on the bench, and then share a full reveal. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed today's video.